Good?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, hello there to you all. Happy Friday. Sorry for our minor technical difficulties. Pretty you can fix that. There you go. Yep.
Sliding.
That's
good. That's good.
Good? Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for having technical difficulties. It's one step at a time. Happy Friday to you all. This is episode 2 of A Tribe Called Quest. I want to start off on behalf of my group, because we've all been saying this. Thank you for all the positive comments we've had this week on our first episode. It went way better than we ever thought we could. We're really freestyling it all off the top of our dome. So we appreciate all the positive feedback and comments. If you know of any way we can improve, please tell us. Shout out to Lance and Lauren on their special recommendations and everything. Just shout us out, and everybody individually. Thank you for every message that every single one of us has gotten. And we are trying to be better for you. We will be better, like Trini said last week, moving forward. Now, episode 2. Today we're going to specialize on families and relationships as opposed to how they impact the black community. More directly, how do the dynamic of the black family work, how does it typically work, and how should it work? And then we're going to dive into some relationships, probably holler at, the whole Smith family situation. Maybe throw a little shade at, Dr. Dre and his wife, whatever. We're going to talk some serious stuff, then we're going to have some fun, because if we're all serious all the time, we ain't going to have y'all interested. So we're going to keep it fun. God, man, sorry about the background noise. I'm really loud, so you should hear me regardless. But okay. We're going to start out with family dynamics, and how the black family dynamic was originally when we first, brought over here, even as we earned our freedom and progressed through Jim Crow rights and all that, how the black family was broken down and all that stuff. And we're going to dive into our own personal family situations, whether we had a 1-parent, 2-parent household and all that type of stuff. So to start us out, I know he has a lot to say on this topic. Trini's going to lead the conversation. Trini, for starters, when you think about the black family dynamic, what comes to mind? What's right about it? What's wrong with it? For everything that you think that's wrong with it, is it because of something we've done as a community, or is it a little bit of this with the government and their negative impact on, incarcerating black men and trying to make black women into single mothers? Or what? You tell me your story. As a single parent, I want you to tell me your personal opinion.
All right, so I think everything that you kind of touched on plays a part in it. A lot of times where, situation where obviously we're disproportionately sent to jail and prison at a higher rate than other races and everything. So that plays a major role. So if your father is in jail or whatever, obviously that severs that whole side.
Right.
I don't care what anybody says. If you don't have one side or the other in your life, it's gonna leave a hole. Because I saw where I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Yama. She was like, when that other parent is missing, you have a hole in your heart the size of that person. You know what I mean? So
well put.
So if
shout out to Yama.
Yeah. So if I don't have my dad, then if I don't have my dad or a male figure to play that role,
as a man,
how am I going to become a man?
Exactly.
Shout out to all the mothers, especially the single mothers, that do a great job holding it down.
My mama,
it's incredible. It's incredible because y'all are stepping up and playing that role. And shout out to the ones that actually have. I don't care if it's a grandfather or uncle or
big brother,
a mentor.
That male figure.
That male figure is needed.
Yes.
It's
yes.
needed. It's
regardless
needed.
who it is.
And on the flip side, like my situation, my son's mother is nowhere in his life at all, and I try the best that I can. I have anybody that knows me knows that I adopt people, so it's like I got brothers and sisters out of the woodwork, so he has a bunch of aunts that look in and check in on him. He's got his maternal grandmother and my mom as well. So you know he's not lacking the feminine love, but still, you know, I'm sure it's gonna like rear its head somewhere down the line that like my mother wasn't around. You know what I mean? He asks questions every now and then, but it's not the same as like
We just go and say hello to you back.
Yeah.
How you doing?
We
Sorry.
can't see who you are.
Lamb chop.
Oh
Nico
yeah.
Tucker.
What's up, Ryan? Congrats on the little boy.
Yeah.
Ryan, as a single mother, big shout out to you. Shout out to Trini, yo. He is a single black father. That is so freaking cool to me.
Oh man, like I was saying though.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just saw it in the comment, yo. My
Hey,
bad.
we still working it out here, but no, you know, so I'm trying my best, but it's still like it's gonna come a point where you know he's gonna have those questions and it's certain things that I can't give him. I feel like I'm like tripolar sometimes because I'm like I gotta be that strong dude, then I gotta like love on him too, and you know what I mean. It's crazy like the dynamics. So all the single mothers, I get it.
All the single parents in the black community, but all communities, but specifically the black community as it pertains to this conversation, we shout y'all out. But to all y'all single parents, shout y'all out. Parents like Trini, my mom, all the other moms and single fathers out there, shout out to all of y'all.
Yeah, because it's starting to be a lot of single fathers.
Yeah, it's
And remember
it's
how
crazy
back in the
dynamic.
day they try to say deadbeat dads and all this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Like, the fathers have really stepped up.
You made a great point because you know who that joke was always made about?
Black.
Black, like literally, I was watching Remember the Titans, and that's based on like the late 70s or 80s, I think. And I've seen the movie. Everybody's seen the movie 1,000 times. And the dude actually made a joke. You remember the dude made a joke at camp, at a football camp? He was like, your daddy got a job, right? Well, you do have a daddy. And he was talking, and this is a white kid talking to a black kid. Like, that's the stereotype that they think about us.
And
you know?
it's like you said, it's some single dads that you know step up and everything. It's a you don't see it a lot, but I want to give my guys credit, man, because a lot of my friends are just like fantastic fathers, and if they were in the position that I was, they would definitely step up to the plate. A lot of times, and it's gonna be controversial, so I'm just laying it out there.
We try not to get canceled.
No, because like there, on one hand, there are just complete deadbeat dads, and then there are guys that are put in a position to where they're forced to be deadbeat dads. You know,
That is true also.
it takes two parents to work together in that aspect because things get slanted to the woman's favor. You know, unfortunately. So if it's a situation where like, oh, my kid's mom is like spiteful and being, you know, a certain way and keeping my son from me or whatever, it's like, okay, even if we go to court,
You still not going to win.
I'm still not gonna win. And what's the best I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get what, every other weekend or
Maybe.
If that.
or
If that.
if my record is in the trash, then
You ain't going to get nothing.
I might get a summer or something.
Right,
Maybe.
right.
So
You don't get a lot of child support,
So-
but you gonna get. That's what you
so-
gonna
Yeah,
so-
to level up your child support. baby.
so on that hand, it's like, all right, he's not a natural deadbeat. He was created to be a deadbeat.
Right.
Right.
Because all the court situations could have been
You're
avoided
right.
and all that.
But you wasn't acting so, simple.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Keep going. My fault.
My bad. No. Yo, he made up some great points, stuff that I'm not a parent, so some things I don't even think about.
Brizzle.
Yo, what's up? Bryce?
Yeah.
Oh, go Bryce. What's up, baby? Ryan.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Oh, single dad, Ryan Bryce.
Oh,
yo.
yeah, he
is
Shout you
single
out
dad.
to the GOAT.
We
to the GOAT.
done had some conversations, man.
Hey, Bryce, shout you
What's
out.
up?
I know we a few of us know about your situation before. I'm happy you're with a lovely young lady, and y'all have had beautiful twins, and y'all are raising your whole family together
Mhm.
with all 4 of y'all kids. Bless y'all, my man. Shout out to y'all. But we're gonna move this a little bit. Ryan, can you tell me about the dynamic you grew up in? You have a single parent or 2-parent household, and what kind of impact do you think that had on you as a young black woman?
I was fortunate enough to have both mom and dad in the house. And the way both sides of my family, my mom grew up with both mom and dad too. My dad grew up with both mom and dad too. So when I went to school, I was kind of confused when people were like, I only live home with my mom. Because I'm like, where is your dad? I never heard or seen that before. Because I wasn't used to that. Like my cousin's mom and dad. And stuff like that. So I'm just fortunate to have both mom and dad in the household where mom was lacking, dad picked up. Where dad was lacking, mom picked up. Where my parents were lacking, grandparents picked up. Like the family dynamic was so tight, and it still is, was so tight. Like I never had a void, or any of my cousins. Like if my aunts and uncles slack, my parents was right there. Like best friends were not godparents. My aunt and uncles are godparents. They ain't venture out. They was like, no, that's my brother, that's my sister. If something happened to me, I know my brother or my sister is going to take care of my children. And that's how, when I do have kids, that's how I would want it to be myself. Like a mom and dad. But if I had to be a single mom, I would do it. I could handle it. And I have a hell of a backbone that will help me out tremendously.
That's the thing. It's even though you had, both parents, and I had both parents too.
Yeah.
Even the two can't do it alone. You got to have that village.
Yeah,
you got to have that village. And it was hard. It like my situation now. I don't like asking anybody for help. Right? Like
that's the Sagittarius.
Yeah, like I'm gonna do it. If I'm struggling, all right, we just gonna struggle. We gonna fight down and do this. So me being a single father is kind of like God, like, yeah, you're gonna have to ask for help now, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Humble yourself.
Humble as I don't know what, man. So I have my village set up. I have my setup. I have my cousin, cousin Porky.
Right.
Shout out to Porky if you watch me. Sometimes I need him to get Zach off the bus or something. I mean, off the out of school, or my brother Kill RJ.
Kill. There he is.
Tons of people, man. My dad, he's the greatest, man. Like I came from mom and dad.
Talk about how that impacted you and how it made you transition into parenthood.
Yeah.
Maybe easier or harder.
Yeah. And I'll be the first to admit, if I didn't have my dad, I probably wouldn't have stepped up. Because I wouldn't have those lessons and this is what a man does type of things ingrained in me. So, my whole story with that is crazy. We'll have to do like a therapy session that I get it all out.
Nah. Look, we need to make, when's your birthday?
December 2nd.
Oh yeah. When we get December, we're going to find something warm. We're going to do an episode for his birthday. All right, we're going to do an episode. It's going to be called Trinity Story. A story of a strong, independent, black father.
Hopefully we can get Bryce on there too.
Oh yeah. Well, we might have to get a nice handful of young.
Yeah.
I got a couple in mind besides you two.
Absolutely.
But my dynamic's a little bit different. I grew up in a single parent household with my mom. My dad was in the picture, so I can't say that he's a deadbeat. It was one of the situations where they agreed that we would go to our dad's house every other weekend. So me and my twin brother, shout out Vern, we would go to his house and we would spend time with him. My dad as a man is a very decent man. He's a very decent man. As a father, he was solid. I'm not gonna say great. He was solid. Yeah, he was solid. Hey, Paul, you don't have patience.
You solid, man. You
alright.
He was there.
Yeah, no, and that's why I credit him more than anything. It's like my best friend George. Shout out George. His father wasn't there. Like his father, my dad lived 30 minutes from me. Apparently his dad lived like 15 minutes from him one time, and like his aunt had seen his dad in town. And one time it was like, yo, I just saw your dad. I was like, oh, well, that's funny. I haven't seen him at all. So shout out,
crazy.
All no matter what your situation, shout out to the parents that want to be there and trying to be there. So my mom was the backbone. She still kind of is the backbone. What's up, LT? Shout out to you, bro. My mom was like the rock. So whatever we needed for Christmas, whenever we needed something, I needed money to graduate from college because I owed like some money. I forgot what it was for, probably a class or whatever. Mom came with the money out of nowhere, like, honey, I got you, ain't worry about it. So shout out to my mom, But shout out to both my parents because they were there. You know, when I needed something, they were there. I ended up needing a lot of rides to Morgan State my first year because I didn't have a car. So my dad made sure I always get up there. Shout out to both my parents, appreciate it. We're all blessed that both of our parents were in our life, and we're just doing. You know, as parents, we're all going to try and move. Trinity's leading the way for us. You know, me and Ron are going to have kids someday. When we do, we're going to go off their example and his example, and we're just going to try to do the best we can out here. But yeah, to dive back into that conversation about single parent households, I do want to talk about how that was created. Okay, you all know the part the government played. You know, incarcerating black men. Yeah, played.
Still playing now.
Speaking, you're right. Played. I always have a difficulty with this because no matter what, I'm a correctional officer for those of you who don't know. I always see all these fathers in here, and you know, like sometimes if you do something wrong, bro, I'm sorry, you got to do your time. But I do see some brothers who feel like they got the short end of the stick. You know, whereas if they were a different tone, they might not got that short end of the stick. They might get the long end, and second, third, or 18th chance, you know, whatever. So I do personally struggle with it. Is there any other reason that y'all think that I didn't mention as to why there are so many single parent households in our community?
Well, for the mothers, I feel like they're single mothers because you're black. You're black. Sorry.
I mean, there is that. You know, there is that.
You are locking up our black fathers. Either you're locking them up, you're killing them, or you're doing something to make them go away from their family.
Right.
So I feel like that's why. And then also, you know, I hate to say it, there are deadbeat dads out there who don't want to have nothing to do with their kids simply because they don't like the mother. But at one point in time, you like the mother because you laid down with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know things happen. I do know things happen, but when you have a child, you got to put that stuff aside. Like, forget all that BS between you and your baby mother. Your son or daughter needs you. Step up to the plate. You don't have to talk to the mother or the father, but you gotta. I feel like
because you said something right there, like where you say they don't have to talk. A lot of times, I know a mother and a father that don't talk at all.
mm-hmm.
They have intermediate channels that they go through, and then that they went through, and now the kid is a little older, and the kid has a cell phone, so it's like, call your mom, call your dad, whatever. Because some people are just oil and water like that.
Yeah.
Right? You know, but if they have to come together for something, they do. So it's like they have the main goal in mind. Like, all right, I can put mine aside, you can put yours aside. If we need to come together for
the
this,
kid,
we can do that.
So do you think that's manageable, or people just don't want to do that?
It's to a simpler degree. It's just relationship. Like it could be like if me and you were in a relationship or whatever. It comes down to like, how much do I want to put in? How much do you want to put in? Like,
right.
Are we really solid in this? What we're trying to do? Like, because it's gonna be stuff that you can't stand about me, and stuff that I can't stand about you. But if we feel like at the end of the day, what we have together is stronger than my pride, your pride, whatever, then we can make that work. It's just making it work.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to make it work?
Yeah.
But on that token, it takes two.
It do.
Yeah, it can be 20-50,
Yeah.
50-50. No.
100, as I say.
100,
Y'all
Put it all up there.
Y'all gave me two solutions to two situations as far as why we got single parents, how you can fix that. Because co-parent is clearly what they said, you know, co-parent making that happen. That's between two adults who want to be there for the child. That can happen. That's one solution. What do y'all say is a solution to, like, we were talking about the government and the police and how they incarcerate black men and you know, black women too, but highly incarcerated black men, which create single black women households. What do you think we can do as a community to solve that problem?
You want to go? I got it.
No, go ahead. No.
You can do it. You can do it.
It just goes back to the community thing. No matter how big your community is or whatever you have going on, you got to stay together. Because if me and Doug are having an argument right now, and you're here, you're not gonna run over there and try to get the law or something. You're gonna
No,
try
I'm
to
gonna try to stop it myself.
try to diffuse it. Try to get in between, keep it in the community. All right, and then at the end of the day, we'll pound it out.
Oh yeah, and it'll be love, and it'll be love,
And it'll be love.
and that's
Yeah.
what we're trying to.
Once we involve the law enforcement or whatever,
Everybody else.
now me and him are in jail because we both were throwing blows or
Yup,
whatever we
yup,
were
yup.
doing.
Mhm.
Now he lost his job, I lost my job. If my son's mom was in the picture, most likely I'm gonna lose my son because
Right.
I'm out here fighting. And where's, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
so that right there could cause a divide rate. Like, if you lose your job, I lose my job. How I'm gonna take care of my son
So now we beef even more.
even more.
So yeah,
Like it's just so.
Nah,
I went
that's a
too
great
far,
response.
but
Keep it in the community.
keep it in the community.
That's,
Just
that's
like
a great point.
if me and the kid's mother or whatever are not coming to agreement, try all avenues before you involve the court, because the court don't care. The court is like, oh yeah, we got another.
We
We
got
can
some
separate.
drama. We got some
We
drama.
can separate.
That's called the wisdom of Trini and Ryan.
Well, that's when you like try to talk to the grandparents or
Yeah.
a
Anybody.
sibling or a best friend. Be like, look, I really want to see my child. I've been trying to talk to so and so. She don't want to hear me. He don't want to hear me. But at the end of the day, my responsibility is my child.
Right.
So I'm willing to try to work it out. Can you talk to her? Can you talk to him? Like.
Because 9 times out of 10, you have somebody on the other side you can talk to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, somebody who definitely
Somebody on the
will.
other side.
Somebody will be like, well, you know, so and so, you know, is a good father, is a good mother, and
Right.
all they want to do is take care of their
Right,
child
right.
while you acting stupid.
As long as that person has somebody that holds them accountable.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We talked about that
Yeah, they
before.
totally agree.
You got to have people on your side that are on the side of the truth. Like if you messing up, they'll tell you that. Voices of reason.
They just answered 2 questions. How do you solve disputes between parents, and how do you solve disputes in the community? Well, you take care of it in your community. You know, for example, like you said about us beefing. You guys, let's just say, I'm gonna use the Bloods and Crips. All Bloods and Crips, don't take it personally, but all the Bloods and the Crips. You know, if you got 2 individuals from each side who are willing to work it out, then
Cops on there.
you don't have to get a cop involved.
Cops, what's up?
You don't have to get a cop involved. We can take care of one another. You know, that way we won't have to put it in the hands of the government or the police or any other individual in power who would try to incarcerate us for any small reason. So I hope y'all enjoyed that tidbit on that topic, because we're about to get into what did you say it was, the meat and potatoes
Yeah.
earlier this week. We're about to get to the meat and potatoes. We're gonna talk relationships in the Black community, and then we're gonna have some fun with it and focus on a few different relationships in the Black community. You know, it's 1 or 2 we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna throw a couple more out there. Keep these 2 sharp, so they keep me sharp. But we're gonna talk about relationships in the Black community. So, question number 1. He let out last time, so I'm letting this lovely young lady lead this time. Ryan, do you think us as a community do a good job trying to maintain our relationships with our significant others? And to give you a more detailed question, as our generation, older generations, compare them, as for what you would see in your life.
Well, yes and no. The reason why I say no is because of social media.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
your friends influence you more than anything.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say yes is because if you really are into that person and you are loyal, regardless of what my friends say, regardless of what I see on social media,
Right.
I'm gonna rock with you. Regardless what anybody say, because at the end of the day, let's say I got a boyfriend and we live together.
Right.
And I'm at work and there's somebody who knows my man and like, oh Ryan, talking about his past. But as we work together, I already heard about your past. So whatever my homegirl at work is saying to me, it doesn't matter because he already told me about X, Y, Z and all this kind of stuff. So I don't want to hear that. Get out of my ear because this is my dude. And at the end of the day, when we're living together, when we close that door, it's just me and him. It's not me and him and everybody else. So it goes to trust, loyalty, and respect. And if you had those, and communication,
That's a
and if
great-
you had those
Yeah, you have great-
those keys, and stop listening to the naysayers, because a lot of people, you know, when you first start talking to somebody, they be like, oh, did you hear about such and such? He used to
Yeah.
mess with this person. He used to be a whore and all that kind of stuff. That's in the past
We
because
be grown-ass people gossiping.
Yeah, yeah. Child.
I'm
Go ahead.
gonna tell you, like, if I start dating young lady A right here, what she did back here ain't none of my business, bro.
Exactly.
I-
because-
growth.
Hey,
Everybody
The
changes.
truth be
Growth.
told,
Everybody got
and
pants.
if mine came out, you know what I mean? I
buddy.
probably wouldn't get any dates, you know what I'm saying? But it's
Trudy's a great guy, in case y'all wondered. I don't think none of that.
no, because like you said, it's the social media and all that. It's the distractions. It's the distractions, and
And haters.
Haters, yeah.
yeah, I like anybody that knows me probably don't know who I'm dating or what, because I keep it close to the cup.
He pointed out something amazing. Everybody don't even know what's going on with you and yours. That is so freaking beautiful. You want to ask me that?
But the question is, like, you know how our community is.
Right.
So let's say you are dating somebody, right? All right.
I'm entangled.
We'll get to that later, Trudy. You know better. Look, that's how we get distracted.
So people don't know who she is. So people will say, "Oh, Trini got a girlfriend, but we don't know who she is." Are you keeping her safe?
Are you hiding her?
Or yeah, are you hiding her?
Am I
Or-
hiding her from the world, or
Are
am I
you-
hiding the world from her?
Right.
Like Trey said.
Or are you just, you know, making it sure it's just y'all's business?
I'm on like every level. I'm a private person, so that's why like this right here is like
Outside his comfort zone.
It's
He's taking
it's
a big
love.
leap.
It's
Yeah,
love
all facts.
for me to be doing this. So like even on my social media and all that, no pictures of my son or anything like that, because the people that need to see him.
Right.
The people that need to know who I'm dating know who I'm dating.
Mm-hmm.
The people that need to know where I'm working know where I'm working.
Yeah.
The people that know where I live.
Know where you live.
Yeah, like you know, it's not for everybody. I don't care about other people's business. Never been that way. And
But
I don't see.
It was fun in high school knowing everybody.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun in
super
high
fun.
school knowing
But
everybody.
you probably know none of mine.
No.
Ha!
No, nobody said anything about
Nope,
Trini
nope.
dating anybody or
Nope.
anything like that.
No, keep it close to the cup.
I want to go in a certain direction with Trinity that we talked a little bit about last week. Before I do that, I want to ask you one more thing. Relationships going into parenthood in the black community. Are too many of us having babies before wedlock? Is that a big deal? Or if you're with a young, or in your case, a young man, and y'all have a baby outside of wedlock, for those of you who don't know, the simple terminology I'm using, that's marriage. Having a baby outside of marriage. If you have a baby outside of wedlock, but you plan on marrying this man, is that an issue? Or in our community, you think that's the issue? You think we're having too many kids with somebody we're not sure we want to settle down with? Is it an issue? And I'm asking, is it an issue to you that we're just laying down with somebody making babies when we really should, like you said earlier, some of these dudes be getting on these baby mamas, acting like they don't want to do the kid because they hate the mother, but it's like you thought enough of her to lay down with her, you didn't think enough of her to make her a wife. Is that an issue in our community, or is that just a whole thing with everybody this generation?
Well, first of all, babies are a blessing from God. So no baby to me is a mistake.
We love the baby.
But if you are going to go out here and have sex with like one night stands and somebody gets pregnant, wrap yourself up. Don't be raw dogging any old body, because you're going to have a raw dog child.
Or raw dog disease.
Or yeah, a raw dog disease.
It's
And
real.
then women, you can carry condoms too. Don't let the dude say, "Oh, I don't have a condom." Bingo, I got one right here. Now we can go.
And that's a definite, because I'm not saying all dudes, but
He can raw dog it, he gonna raw dog it. I'm putting it out there.
He gonna go as far as you allow him to go.
Yeah.
He gonna shoot up that club.
Yeah, if he
A couple clubs.
if y'all get a little hot and heavy and everything, And it's like, oh, she ready to let me go wrong. But guess what he gonna do?
Yeah.
He gonna go wrong.
He gonna go wrong.
And then 9 months later, a baby's here.
Yeah. So
But-
it's I don't think it's specific to our community.
community, yeah.
It is an issue in our community, but
That's an issue, period.
yeah, and I don't think it's a situation where like a lot of times it's I don't see a future with her. You know, I think it's
Shit can happen.
Yeah, it's
a lot of times it's
Right, right.
it's that lust phase, that honeymoon phase, where it's like, man, I love this girl. And then, like,
everything's all
Yeah,
gravy.
3 months later, like, oh, man, I didn't know
You sit up there
that
and
was
say,
her.
When y'all
his
moving
mom
together. Oh,
like
my
me,
God.
His dad like me. Or let's say he has a child. Oh, his son like me. I think he's about to call me mommy
Mhm.
and stuff like that. And for guys, oh, her son like me. He's about to call me daddy. You know. And then you have in your head this picture. And then, like you said, 3 months later, shit happens.
It's just a rush.
Yeah.
For whatever reason it is, it's a rush.
So
It could be that one night, that's a rush, or it could be the 3 months in, that's a rush.
So when you say rush, are you saying that people aren't happy alone, that they rush to get in a relationship or situations, or
Most people aren't happy. Most people aren't happy with themselves.
there you go.
And they're looking for
because-
somebody to fill that void.
Because that
No.
they won't.
For somebody
Come
to fill
on,
that void.
preach it.
Yeah,
That goes to the whole social media aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm secure in mine. That's why I don't have all my business on there. I know who I am, what I like, what I need. I don't. And none of that moves me. And furthermore, if I see just speaking for me, if I see a young lady on Instagram or Facebook, Twitter, wherever, and she's offering pictures of her body, I feel like that's all she's got. So
Yeah.
in the moment, I'm like, oh, that looks good. I don't want her though.
Yeah. Like you can
Because
like
that's all
it.
she has to offer.
That's all-
Like you can like it and have no attachment to it.
That's all she has to offer, and well, that's all she thinks that she has to offer,
Right.
and she needs validation from other people.
Of
So
some kind,
so
yeah.
so off the rip, her relationship most likely ain't gonna work because
She's insecure.
yeah, she's supremely insecure. So if I start dating said young woman, you know, initially she'll probably fall back from all the pictures and everything because I'm giving her that attention.
Right.
But she's gonna need more eventually.
Yeah.
So she's gonna go back and start
She's gonna
doing
go
that,
back.
which is gonna
Steph
divide
Curry
us.
wife. Oh,
Which is
is
gonna-
that Steph Curry wife?
and
Oh.
had somebody slide in her DM.
yeah,
and
which
all
is
that
gonna
kind of
divide
stuff.
us.
Yeah.
So once that happens, but I cut it off at the head. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Exactly.
Because I'm private, so I'm like, you can't be out here going crazy, like,
Right.
and I'm just over here like uncomfortable because everything's out there. All of our business now.
Anything you want to add on this little part?
No, sir.
Oh, well, I had a third direction I want to go with Trini. Trini, and I got permission to say this, Trini has a biracial son. So, you know, his son, I'm not going to say his name because, you know, but I'm going to say he's a great young man, nice young man. You know, if you know him, like Trini said, if you know him, he's a great young man, smart kid, friendly as a mug. All right, he always tries to beat me up every time I see him. You know, I tell him, yo, kid, I'm getting too old. Like, I keep stopping myself and saying, things like, yo, come on. Now, they don't even know. Like I said, they don't even know. Look, like I keep telling myself, kid, you get strong, get strong. Why you keep, you know? But he's a great kid. Trini's done an amazing job with him. But like I said, his son is biracial. So I want to ask you, do you think, and we're not going to dive too far in this because we are going to do episodes about pro-black, non-pro-black, and all that. But we're going to get you a little tidbit on it. Do you think interracial relationships are a problem in our community?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's only an issue if the two sides don't have those conversations about what's going on my side of the fence.
Preach it.
Because if it's a situation where she's just dating somebody,
Right.
you know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm black. Like it's a whole different.
Right.
Everything is different with this. So
Preach it.
having that conversation is a different thing. So if I'm, engaged with a white woman, off the rip, she's gonna, because you know me.
Oh, I
I
do.
mean, y'all don't know me, but well, some of y'all do.
Yeah, but continue.
You gonna get the black, like from me.
absolutely.
Like that's just what it is. I'm proud to be black. man, if I had to be something else, I don't know.
If you don't know that about Trini or
That's
any,
right.
if you don't know that much about Trini or any of us, we proud as hell to be black.
We
Yeah.
really
You know,
are.
whatever you are who are watching, we appreciate you for watching. We're proud of who you are. 'Cause we damn sure proud to be black.
Yeah.
Going in your direction.
All right.
All right. So he said he didn't think it was a problem. I'm not going to ask you the same. I'm not going to ask you the same thing. I'm going to say, do you think? All right, we have these situations that come up and all over the news where people who are in interracial relationships. I'm sorry for my stuttering, people. I talk kind of fast. Interracial relationships. Or people are coming out saying, "Oh, my partner's racist" after the 2016 election. Now they find out that their partner's racist. You know, they hate black people, but they like you. So I want to ask you this: how do you not know your partner is racist? Or do you think that makes them racist? Now I have my opinion on it, but I want to ask you two questions on it, because I may have not made that much sense. But what I was saying was, how are you dating somebody of a different race and you don't know that they are specifically don't like your race? For example, a black woman, young black queen, white man dating you.
Look, he wouldn't date me.
No, hey, preach. First of all,
He wouldn't be dating me in the beginning.
hey, I'm with it. But let's just throw it out there. Right? Let's just say for argument's sake it was. You obviously strong and black. How could somebody date you and not see all your blackness? See
Yeah,
you a
I
black
don't know,
woman?
because I'm hella black, so I don't know how he would not know
Right.
or see that I'm a black queen.
Because you've seen, not to cut you off, you've seen the articles, right? Like there are people out there saying, yeah, I didn't know they were racist.
How do
Like,
you?
huh?
But how do you not know? Because first of all, when you meet somebody, clearly you see black. So I don't know if these racist people are just dating to spite their family members,
All right.
or for a trend. They want to learn our culture, and they want to post the pictures on social media
Alright.
and all that kind of stuff. Like, oh yeah, I'm dating XYZ Dante. I mean, the blackest name out there. Oh, I'm dating a Dante, you know. And can't even say Dante right. Call him Dante. I'm dating Dante. I'm going to his family's house. Don't you know they had cornbread, collard greens? I never had that before. Like, I do think that it's a trend, and sometimes I think they're being spiteful to their family members because, you know, it goes back in the day. And that's why they had babies with black people.
I think if you're a perceptive person, you'll know. Like, I can meet
Agreed.
somebody. I can walk up to somebody and say, "Oh yeah, he's racist," or she. You can just. It comes out of your pores. I'm sorry.
It's the body language.
We've dealt with it so much in the black community. We know off the rip. You can try to be as nice as you want,
Right.
and we
And
might
that
even
tight-lipped smile.
we might even be cool,
That
like
tight-lipped
at work or whatever.
smile. Right.
But I know what you are.
Right.
Yeah.
I know where you are.
You're right.
So
Absolutely.
so if I'm dating somebody and I'll know off the rip within meeting them. Oh yeah, I'll know either. Like you said, it's something out of spite, or they're curious about it, or if they're really about that life.
Right.
I'll just know that. So for somebody to come out years down the line or whatever, oh, I didn't know.
No, you knew. You
know.
was
We overlook things.
testing the waters too. Yeah,
People overlook things.
They overlook a lot.
Yeah, if you like 6 out of 10 things, you know, for a person, and those 4 are like, I can kind of, then you'll overlook them. But race is that ain't,
I can't overlook
that ain't one of them.
First of all, why are you trying to talk to me? Because you're a racist. Like, what are you talking to me for?
Right.
It happens.
Don't talk to me.
It happens.
Just don't talk to me.
I just think it's always been strange to me because I feel I'm like, you dating this person for how long you didn't know it?
Mhm.
You know, just
They
off
knew.
of some of their
They
views.
knew. Because it's red flags, and they choose,
You're-
like you said, choose to avoid them.
You're right.
We do that in general, not even in you know, in a relation.
I started like
interracial relationships. It's black and black. Like it's whoever. It could be friendship. You
Yeah.
overlook certain things.
I had a question on that. This is for the foot. Did you have anything you want to add for you?
No.
Okay. You have anything you want to
Nah,
add?
I'm good.
All right. Friendships. What do y'all think? And this is just me throwing this one out there. People you're this friend, don't get offended. I'm sorry. You know, like
No, get offended and then change yourself.
Hey, look.
Exactly. Hold your own self accountable.
Yeah.
We're gonna push the line here a little bit. What do y'all think when y'all see groups of white people with one black friend and then groups of black people with one white friend? Do y'all have a thought? Do you have thoughts on that? Like something. Now, let's be clear. Sometimes it just happens that way. Like yeah, everybody cool. You got your one. Like my boy Andrew. You know, we're all black. Andrew used to hang with all black guys. That's my guy. There, like he went. He won the allies. He won the allies. You know.
And he's white.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. He's one of my closest friends, and you know he's definitely an ally. He's a white guy, but he just happens to be. Shout you out, Andrew. He just happens to be a white guy. Do y'all have any thoughts about that? Because sometimes you see like situations where there's a group of black guys and the one white person. It seems like the white person is trying to be black. In other situations, you see a situation where it's a group of white people.
When a black person's trying to be white.
Thank you. No offense to this school. Anybody, no offense. I clearly mean offense, but no offense. I see it a lot with students of St. Peter and Paul. Like I do. Like. Because usually, if I go somewhere and I see a whole bunch of white people, I'm getting that nerve like, I don't know, a comfortable. You see one black person, and usually you won't be like, yo, and then you get closer, and it's like he's not one of us. He's in the sunken place. So, what are y'all thoughts on that? Do y'all have any thoughts on that, or is that just me going wild?
I got thoughts.
I mean,
You want to lead off?
that's like a slippery slope
It is.
because I've had, keyword had, white friends in the past who I thought were down for me. At the end of the day, baby, they was not down for your girl.
Facts.
Push come to shove, they gonna go to the white side. And where I had this one friend where she was down and out. And she came to me for, you know, advice and all that kind of stuff. For instance, she was dating this guy and he dumped her in the middle of the night, told her that she had to get out.
Cool.
In the middle of the night, who did she call? Not her white friend.
Her black friend.
Her black friend. She's crying and screaming and all that kind of stuff. At the time I was living alone, I opened up my house to her. You can come sleep on my couch because we work together. We go in the same place, and I said, you come sleep on my couch, and you know we remained friends for a little while after that. And then shit got a little sticky. And like I said, I thought she was down, but she really wasn't down.
Wow.
So what I'm trying to say with that is, you can be friends with white people
Or anybody.
or anybody, because this goes for anybody really. But watch your
Preach
back,
it.
because some people only want to be your friend so they can get something from you.
Yeah, it's convenient.
When it's convenient for them, but when it's not convenient for them, they turn their head, act as if they're not even a friend to you or not.
That's
So-
perfectly said.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, like you said, if you see the the black person with the all white people, it's like I don't know. I don't really know how to take it. It could be a situation where it's a proximity.
Mhm.
Like maybe there are no maybe the
Maybe
community
in
come
Kansas.
from is all white and their
Yeah.
family moved there. What are you gonna do? Not have friends?
Nah,
So
right, you're right.
that could be the situation, or it could be a situation where that person's feeling self-hatred and
Yeah,
wants
I had
to
to
be
get
around
out
the people
of that.
that they want to be like.
Yeah.
It could be that. On the flip side, a lot of times that I see the white dude that's with the black people, it's because some kind of way he's been like cast away from the white people. They don't want him no longer. And us being black people are inclusive.
Yeah.
We are.
We're inclusive people. It don't matter if we throw in a barbecue here and we see some people over there.
They can
Come
come
on.
meet. They can come meet.
So
Come
you
to the
know,
plate.
yeah. You see the white dude over there, he ain't got nobody. Man, come on. So he comes over. So it's not a thing of him wanting to be black necessarily. Sometimes it is that, but sometimes it's just like I just need some
It's
love from
comfort.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I just need some love from
And
somewhere,
we-
and that
Black
and
people
they're
are good for
giving it to
that.
me.
Yeah, he ain't ain't lying.
And that's to our detriment.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're inclusive to our detriment.
You know.
And don't mean to cut you off, but
No, go ahead.
I heard somebody say, and I want to say it was a guy, but I want to say, I heard him say that my black friends and their family treat me better
I've heard that.
than my own family.
I've heard that.
Because we're inclusive like that.
We do.
I guarantee, if you had somebody over to your house when you were growing up, it was like, it was almost like, damn, I don't even get that treatment. You know what I'm saying? Like, your friend. Because
Yeah.
I know I had it going over like Jermaine's house when we was little.
Jermaine?
Man, his mom dad took care of me, man. Stuff he couldn't do.
My mom-
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I wanted like specific meal or something,
They'll have.
That's how my mom.
For
That's
you.
how my mom was, yo. Mom,
Yeah.
like I come home and be like, Mom, can you some drink? No, boy, go get yourself. All teenage years, you make me. You want some drink? You ain't never got me nothing to drink since I was like 4 years old.
Right.
You know, you being up 40 something. Oh my goodness, you make a funny point. Yeah, I was just thinking it was me. I was like, I didn't think anything was wrong with it. But like, you made a good point because you said exclusive to our detriment.
But
That's
that goes back to black culture.
I do want to send a shout out real quick.
Go ahead.
Shout out Ms. Darlene, Mr. Howard. I love y'all.
Oh yeah, I think they're members.
Okay,
Miss
okay. I'm sorry for
Miss
cussing.
Darlene.
Don't get me. But
Get 'em.
No, because like that goes to the community thing. Like
Yeah.
my Jermaine Dixon was my flat out best friend. growing up.
Dixon.
Ever since first grade, I was there. I know.
So you know, if he wasn't at my house, I was at his house. And my mom and dad went to them and was like, if something happens to us, will you take Trinell?
Wow, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So if my parents, then that's the community right there. That's the community. And they were flattered and they were like, absolutely we would. So that's just a deeper tie to community. You know, I just found out. I think late last year that we're actually cousins. We might
That
be
is
too.
so
For real?
cool.
Yes.
That is so cool.
Like all this time, best friends since we were
Yeah.
almost unable to like.
Before we all could spell our name.
Exactly. All that time, close
That's
friends,
freaking awesome.
and just now found the, you know, because ancestry DNA is crazy like that. But yeah, that just goes to community. Because at the time it's like, no, that's just Jermaine's homeboy. Ain't no relation or nothing. But that's his boy. He comes over. He's a respectful kid, and we like his parents. So yeah, if something happened to y'all, we'll make sure he's straight. That's community.
In case
And
y'all
that
want,
goes back to old school because in first grade, all of us were thick as thieves.
Yeah.
Me, you, Jermaine, Tasha,
Yeah.
Ronnie, your cousin Ronnie, Doodle.
Yeah.
Remember when he first
Yeah.
came and we took him in?
Yeah.
Like we was like a tribe before
Man.
a tribe was even a thing.
hey,
Like
And it's-
we was a family within our own selves in first grade, and it really went all the way up
All
to
the way.
school. Yeah, we
And it's-
all was still cool.
And it's
We
still
all-
like that. Like if I
yeah.
see somebody from back then, you can tell if I love you. Cause my big Kool-Aid smile will come out
Come
and I'm
on,
trying to
really,
hug you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so I see somebody from back then, I'm going up to them, or it don't even have to be somebody from back then. If you know me and you see that big Kool-Aid smile, just please know that that's genuine. That I love you and I'm
That's
glad to
real
see you.
love.
that's real
Oh,
good.
I forgot to say
even if I don't know you.
Kieran Jenkins.
Yeah,
he was really
even
good.
if I don't know you like to the depth like that, but
Right.
your energy's just crazy like that, and I love who I love. It's if I don't know you, it's kind of hard to get to me. But once I lock in, and I'm like, man, I love that person right there.
Shout out to everybody he just named. I personally know Jermaine Dixon, and I know his wife. She's a former teacher at Eastern High. Lovely couple. I know Jermaine was one of the basketball coaches when I was in high school. Great guy. So that, in case you don't know Trinity, but you know Jermaine, they were best friends. So you know what kind of energy they brought together. They're just two good souls.
And he's my cousin.
And obviously, she said she's part of their tribe. I mean, they had a whole tribe of good people and good love. We need more of that.
Still on the text.
Still, it's all love today.
We
2020.
might not text every day, but it's like just send that, just checking on you. Hey, if I got your number, I know you know that that's true. Like I send texts to my loved ones all the time. Like, hey, even I'll put it in there, so I don't even need a response. Really, I'm like just checking in.
Right.
Love you. They hit me back with a love you. I'm good. well, we don't need to go into depth of, you know
The
what I mean?
whole conversation.
That's lovely if we do, but it's like, as long as I know that you're cool, that's all that matters to me. I send out group texts all the time.
I got a couple people like that. I really, besides my brother, I had a couple people that I grew up with that I was really cool with. But when I got to college, I made like a lot of good people. But three of my closest friends, my friends George, shout out George, Dwayne, and Jamal. Those three guys, they're like three of my best friends. Like, and to this day, it's like we see each other every day. We don't see each other every day, but it's like so we all. When we hit each other up, it's not a hey bro, how you doing? It's like, hey, what you doing? Like, because the conversation never stops.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it's love. Because well, you can just pick it up anyway. That's why you can pick it up. Like, y'all, those are my brothers, yo. Like them and my twin. Like, it's just it's a beautiful feeling. You know you got people in your corner and that love you for who you are. Even though you know you're imperfect and they know you're imperfect, they still love
And
you.
they still love you for who you are at the end of the day.
That's
And you know what? College is where you really meet your adult best friend.
Yep.
Because the college that I went to, even though I don't talk to them on my phone,
Right.
but those friends, we hit each other up, like you said, every once in a while on Facebook. Hey, how you doing? You don't have to have no long, drawn out conversation.
Nope.
Just saying, or like a memory text. Remember when? Da, 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 da. I was just talking to the sniper that happened in DC.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually up there
Oh, wow.
when it
Wow.
happened, and the guy.
Not to walk in big bags and stuff.
No, but yeah, we did.
Black, see?
But the guy who was doing the shit.
Yeah.
Funny fact is he used to play ball in the gym with the guys at the college.
Wow.
No lie, we used to
Malvo.
see him. Yes.
Wow.
We
Scary.
used to see him.
That's scary.
And the gym was right behind the girls' dorm. So
Miss
every once in a
Diane.
while, they'd be like, remember the sniper? Like, yeah, he was in the gym with us and all that kind of stuff.
That's freaky.
That's
Yeah.
wild. That's
But
wild.
yeah, we had to walk zigzags and all that kind of stuff.
That's crazy. If y'all see us scratch a little bit, yo, the bugs are killing us.
Yeah, we ain't fiends.
Yeah, we
so,
ain't
yeah.
fiends. Yeah, we not fiends.
Ow.
Like, no, me and Trina looking like we should, like, looking at Ryan like we should have wore pants. Like, but, like, they're
My
killing
toes,
me.
my feet are getting bit up.
Oh, yeah, we're getting, so far, we're a little bit unprofessional, but, like I said, we're raw. We're going off the top of the dome and we're just freestyling this, so hope you guys are enjoying our content. We're going to move into some fun, because we're going to talk relationships of people in the black community. Before we do that, I want to dive into a couple other topics that I think we should get into in the future. Ryan has outlined some awesome possible show headlines for us. So we got to talk about some of self-proclaimed black leaders in the black community. We'll do an episode on that. We're doing one on Bobby Johnson's school supply giveaway.
Right.
I think we should do one on, what else did I have? We had a real tough list. Oh, education, HBCUs, and the lack of representation of black teachers in schools, and the lack of proper education of black folks on our history.
Black history.
They act like black history
History.
started with slavery.
American history.
Hey, preach it again.
Starts with
Yes.
us.
But they act like it started with slavery. So we're gonna do episodes on that. Because we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real. That's no other way to put it.
Wait a minute. Is Ryan Bright still on here? Well, I want you to tune in, Ryan, because this one episode I'm gonna have especially for you, and we're gonna talk about favorite rappers. Don't think I didn't see your shot, because I did see your shot.
Oh, he's a G.
I love you though. I don't know you personally, but I love you though.
Hey.
So don't think
Right.
I'm
Oh no!
throwing
Right,
shade.
the bank gun.
He'll come in.
We
So,
Jay-Z his favorite rapper. That's all I gotta say.
so,
Wait. See, all right.
Look, we ready to stop. I didn't mean to do that. That's
Sorry,
what we-
Ryan, really, I love you. We gotta meet in person. I know of you. I don't know you personally.
Jay
I
is the
love
goat
you.
though. You gotta admit. You can't admit that.
We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah,
We'll get her some therapy. We'll be back on that.
Yeah, we'll come back there. I'm not getting this one. That's, I'm gonna stick to R&B and pop on that one. Right? I love rap, but I'm not getting this one. Whenever they get a rap argument, Doug don't get in that one. Moving on. I just want to give y'all some of the topics we're gonna go over. If you have any recommendations, and obviously we're gonna cover more material, but if you have any recommendations or stuff you want us to talk about, please comment on our page, comment at the bottom of this post. Let us know, because you know, we're still learning. This is only episode 2. We're doing the best we can. But, you know, whatever feedback y'all have, let us know. We're not gonna get offended. Hope you don't get offended. If you do, suck it up. But we don't get offended. But we are gonna have a little fun because everybody knows what's going on in the world with the Smiths. You know, with entanglements. So I don't want to leave this one off. I told them I'm gonna let them shine on this part. I just think the whole thing is funny. I'm gonna sit here and laugh. You know what? You don't want to do sides? We can do Jada. We can do Will. You don't want to do that? Should we do that? Should we do that?
Alright, I'll play Will.
But you know what? That would be a perfect role play.
That would.
He's tall like Will. I'm short like Jada. Got short hair. Let's do it.
Okay, all right. So here's what we're gonna do.
You gonna be August.
No, I ain't She tried it. She tried it. Yeah, no, I don't tell. So,
this is the blue table talk.
yeah, the blue table. That's right, blue table. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm gonna let you tell some reasons as to why or what you think of it, and then you can say whether you think she was right, she was wrong, or whatever. Then we'll talk about Will and how you think he might have felt about the whole entanglement situation, because this whole idea is crazy to me, because we had this big idea of what the Smiths were like, and I'm not saying we expect them to be perfect. We didn't expect them to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. No two individuals are perfect. But we all get this concept that they were a pretty good couple, pretty strong couple. What do y'all? Or I can just open it up however y'all want. What do y'all think about this whole entanglement situation? Because this is a crazy situation. I think it's wild because everybody's making fun of J. Cole for his line about Will and Jada Love. Poor J. Cole. Shout out J. Cole. He can't catch a break these days, man. But what do y'all think about this? Who wants to lead off this topic? Y'all? This is a crazy topic.
You did it, so you said.
Okay, well, so I do not know Jada's reason at all. But I will say this. What can I say? Lord of mercy.
This is a tough one.
It's a tough one. Shit happens. They obviously, I don't really know the whole story, how
Right.
they became friends. But word on the street is he was friends with the kids, right?
That's what I heard.
From what I understand, and please, if I'm wrong, somebody correct me.
Of course somebody's going to try to correct you, because everybody knows the Smith business.
You're right. Hey,
Everybody know their
if you
business.
correct me, I won't take offense to it. So apparently, him and Jaden were friends, and he was going through a tough time, and they were supposed to be looking out for him, helping him.
Yeah, I do know that
Yeah.
part.
So
I do know.
I don't know how that evolved from that as a parenting kind of thing to her and him.
Well,
That's a little bit weird to me.
If you guys watched the red table when she brought herself to the red table,
Right.
Evidently her and Will was at odds.
Right.
So, for me, personally thinking, if I was married, if I'm at odds with my man, I'm going to try to make it right with my man. I'm not going to venture out. But according to them, they were on the outs, like,
Done. They were done.
They were
Yeah.
done. So, at that point, I feel like anybody's fair game. You know what I mean?
I do.
And the only reason why I'm saying that is because y'all probably not living together.
Right.
It's a slight chance y'all gonna head down divorce.
Right.
He could do his thing.
Yeah.
She can do her thing.
Right.
And then a lot of people don't know. This shit happened 4 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago, you're right.
They overcame that. So I don't understand why people are like, oh, why is Will still with her? They had their own conversations
They
or
did.
whatever. And the reason why it all came out because August said something, but going
So,
back to the
we don't-
red table,
Go in on that.
they had to relive that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's why, for one, they weren't going to put out all their business because
As
you're
well as
going to
should. It's not our
relive it.
business.
More emotions going to come out, more hatred's going to come out. A lot of people's like, I felt like they didn't talk about everything. They don't need to talk about everything. They only did that for Black Twitter. They didn't do it for themselves because they already had their conversation 4 years ago. So all I can say is shit happens. a lot of people sleep with their moms or dad's friends, or you know what I mean.
That's what I'm about to get into.
Yeah.
I got no issue with any relationship going on before you go. I got no issue with any of that. But I'm like, you think the issue was that she was in the role of a mother? Like, you can date anybody long. If you're over 21 and, you know.
I don't think she was being a mother figure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I think he was in. Cause did you guys see his documentary?
Well,
He's very vulnerable.
Yeah, he was in a vulnerable situation.
Yeah, he
You
is
call it vulnerable,
very.
I call it
Okay,
mentally.
Look, we get.
Yeah.
He's got some issues.
If we
He
different.
does, and
Okay,
whatever
let's
he was
disagree too.
lacking,
Yeah,
whatever
absolutely.
he was lacking, Jada was there to fill that void. And then again, he could have been looking at it as something else, more.
At 20,
No. Yeah. I'm thinking like you.
I'm looking for that girl that was in, you know what I mean, set it off and all that. Yeah.
Hey,
And
I'm
you
with you. I'm
She may
thinking.
have been like his childhood crush. We don't
I'm
know
sure.
that. Because Jada was bad back in the day. She
She's
still
still
is
bad.
bad.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
And then.
My bad. I was dozing off for a second when he said that. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she filled that void. And then remember on Red Table Talk, she said that she wanted to make herself feel good.
Woo!
Evidently,
Woo!
Willie wasn't making her feel good.
Ah.
So August made her feel good.
Alright.
God damn. I'm sorry, everybody.
I'm about to go.
Yo, I'm sorry. Yo, that broke my soul. Because I'm like, if a woman tells me that, I'm shattered. Please, because I'm
And
shattered.
he sat there and took it.
You better than it, Doug.
They've had that conversation.
That's true, too.
All right, so the whole situation, if the beginning of that is true, where she saw that his friend, Jaden's friend, needed some help or whatever, that is her part to say, hey, Will,
Yeah.
this young man
really.
needs some help, because
No, she didn't.
if it's reversed, and I'm like, if I find out that Willow's friend needs some help, I'm like, hey babe, you think you can kind of help out with, because that man needs a man.
To talk to.
To
I'm
talk
thinking
to
the same thing you're thinking.
black man in the business forever, somehow has maintained it in a clean way. That's the perfect person that he needs to talk to. He don't need to be talking to Jada.
But she suffered addiction too. So maybe that's why.
What she should have got him an addiction counselor or something.
Yeah.
Because you inviting in that point right there, August was social media
Yep.
coming in between what they had going on. You don't need that in your life. If somebody's gonna help that young man, let that be the old man right there, because he's got more gems to give her. Even though they she's had her struggles with that or whatever. Or sit down together and do it.
Yeah.
But don't you're not gonna be getting close like that with my wife,
mean,
man.
Because he had that open window.
Yeah, and
Continue.
another thing. If I'm in that position and we're buku famous like that,
Mhm.
if I'm gonna do something outside of my marriage or whatever,
I can't
I'm
wait till
gonna
you said
get
this.
an NDA to where you can't talk about this, because she knew off rip. This wasn't a surprise to her.
No.
I don't care what she says. If you know that person, his character's flaky. We know that on the outside looking in.
Thank you.
So you know that there's a chance that this might come out down the line. He's an artist too, so it might be some kind of way to get,
His record.
Get some shine.
the
Get
record
some shine.
right
Yeah.
there.
Sales
So
climb.
the whole thing was sloppy. I felt bad for Will.
I felt awful.
I felt bad for Will because just the embarrassment of it. It's not even the action of it, because I'll be honest. Like, I know a lot of people say, "Oh man, if my girl or man cheat on me, then I'm done." Me personally, I'm not done necessarily.
I am.
I'm not done necessarily, because if it happened, I want to have a conversation. I want to know why it happened, why that person. So if it's a situation where it was something truly that I was lacking giving you, I can deal with that. But two, does the person mean anything to you? Are they in your life? If it was some girl's trip or whatever, you just had a fling or whatever, and it was valid reasons why, like, you were trying to fill that void, I would be willing to work on that. I'm not throwing away because obviously
You're a big man.
obviously
married like 15 years.
if
That's 15 years of marriage.
if I marry you, you are my one.
Yeah.
So I'm not just gonna say, oh man, she did this, so I'm just throwing everything away. I need to know why everything. I need to know all that.
And why she couldn't come to you and talk
That's
to you
me.
about what's going
Yeah.
on.
That's me. No, I think my biggest issue with if I was in Will's spot, I think my biggest issue would be not to cut anybody off.
Nah, keep going.
My biggest issue would have been, why is it that this happened in the first place? Because when he said he was still, when Trini said he was still a person who cheated on him, my first thing is I'm not.
Conditionally.
Yeah, right.
If those questions that I asked don't come out in a way that I can deal with, because
Right.
in that moment when we're having this conversation,
Right.
when the pieces come out, I need to know within me, can I still look at this person and she's gonna have another girl's trip?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be okay with that?
Yeah.
Are we gonna be able to get to a better place? Am I gonna be able to get to a better place? Because
Nah.
you already feel like crap, and you'll probably do whatever it takes to get that trust back.
I feel like he ain't gonna know.
Yeah. So I need to get to a place of where, okay, I can trust her because we're gonna work on this, that, and the third. If I can't, then it's done.
I understand. I appreciate it because me, I would be in such a August state. Like, not that I would tell our business because I'm like I want and Ryan, I want to keep it in house. I probably keep it between us, but I would be like, I don't know if I can stay with you on this because how do you get that trust back? How do you get that trust once you bring something like that, like a whole, and for this conversation, let's just say Will and Jada were broken up amicably. That's their decision. They were legally, they're married but separated.
Mm-hmm.
If you cheated on me, I don't know. That's a tough one because it's like that's one thing I don't think. Like you can do a lot of other things. I can talk. So if you want to talk to me about anything.
So all right. On the flip side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say you had a moment.
I wouldn't.
I
would.
Black men don't cheat.
Yeah, like, hey, first of all, have y'all seen my like last week? I had a big argument with like four women. Shout out to those 4 ladies because they're all
You were
ugly
trolling them.
Yeah, I was trolling the shit. I was trolling the shit out. But like my whole thing was like, let's be real. If Will had done this to Jada,
But he has. It just hasn't been out.
I mean,
So you said.
so we can't say
they
he's done
say.
it.
So they say.
Hold up. So we can't speculate. We only go off what we know.
I got a question.
I'm listening.
So, me and my husband are separated, and I, get me an August.
Yeah.
Is that cheating?
No,
'Cause we're
No, it's not
separated.
cheating.
You do what you do. Just don't be sloppy and mess the family up.
But then why did
That's all I'm asking.
hold on. I
That's
agree.
all I'm asking.
So technically, she did not cheat.
No.
No.
She didn't cheat.
Her, in my opinion, her only mistake was the person she chose
Yeah.
and just that whole sloppiness.
Well, she probably thought it
If
was
she-
never going to come out because remember, it's like 4 years.
If
Right.
she knows, if she's that intimate with that person, she knows the character of this person.
Agreed.
You know the character
Because
of that
they're
person.
both are Virgos. So.
Yeah.
You know the character, so.
I get that shit. Thank you. Hey,
Yeah.
we all staying safe, man. You see us all staying safe.
Yeah.
Hey, COVID safe, man. We doing our best we can. We trying to distance ourselves a little bit. We got to stay in screen play, but we're trying to distance ourselves and be as safe as we can. Yeah, I thought the message part was like, I don't know if I could have been Will in that situation. Like, you sit here telling me that he gave you something that I couldn't on national TV. You can say it behind closed doors. You can't say that shit on national TV. And not national TV, but on a site where,
And
where World was it.
I got something to say to that.
I don't think, as strong as the man I am, I'm not there yet. Maybe I'll get there, but I'm not strong enough for you to say that shit to me on live stream for the world to see.
I know what would make me sit there and take that.
What?
And he alluded to it.
Oh.
He didn't come out and say it, but like you said, he's had his transgressions. Because when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you back," you already got me back.
That's what I told.
No,
And
but
she
she-
said plenty times.
Yeah. So it's
That's
like,
why I say he
so
said
you know that they had that talk behind closed doors
Right.
where it's like, we gotta address this. I'm not gonna throw your stuff out there, but you're gonna sit there and You know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah.
he
So,
made her
That's
say that
interesting.
it
Yeah,
was
that's a great point. That's a great
relationship.
point. We all know black men don't cheat, so I don't believe any of it. Will, you're innocent. Well, listen, you ever see this? You're innocent in my eyes, all right? Black men don't cheat. Ain't that right, Trinity? Trinity, come on. One time I need you to go along with me. Come on. Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Hey, clearly not. We talking about Jada, not Will. we talking about clearly not.
Okay.
All right. That was one thing I wanted to talk about. Before I wanted to talk to the Dr. Dre situation. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Dre's been married for about 20 years or 15 years, something like that.
That's a long
25, yeah.
Long stretch.
25. To a young lady, I forgot the girl's name.
Nicole.
Cheesy relevant.
Yeah, she's pretty irrelevant. This chick, this woman asked for
Yeah, don't be sexist now.
400. Yeah, this woman asked for $400 million in spouse support. Dr. Dre is worth $800 million, and all their children are grown. Am I the only one who thinks this is absolutely insane?
Nope.
Okay, I was just worried that I was, cause
Nope.
I just been wanting to vent about this. I've been all over Facebook about it. Y'all probably saw it. I'm like, there's no way in hell she's done enough to get half of what he got. There's no way.
Especially she ain't put nothing into it because
What in that gym shooting with me
Hey,
like
nah,
exactly.
he wasn't.
You wasn't listening to them tracks. You wasn't
Nah.
saying, nah, Dre, that ain't the one. You was
Nah.
probably home in the bed sleep while he's putting in work. So why do you feel like you need half of anything?
She get
More
200
than
million.
more than half of anything that he has. Like, who are you? Did you put in any type of hours? And like you said, the kids are grown, so it's not like she needs money for the children.
I thought that was crazy. If she gets 200 million, the nanny need to get 200 million. That nanny probably raising the damn kids. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, cut at 400 million. I must be doing something wrong. What am I doing out here? But that one bothered me for a week. It shouldn't have. It really shouldn't have. I'm sorry if y'all thought I was being petty. Ain't no way in hell.
I don't think
I
so.
would get a prenup.
I thought it was ridiculous.
Well, that ain't gonna
But
go
this-
so far because all that came well, not all of it, but a lot of that came after they were already in it. So it's like combined at that point. But
I would just ask for the house, a couple of cars.
why are you being greedy?
And, what's it
I'm
called?
ready to say this on live.
I want you to
I'm
say
ready
it.
to say it on live.
Say
Say
it.
it.
If I'm worth 800 million, I know somebody that
I was thinking the same thing.
Get you up out of here. Why
I
are
mean,
you being greedy?
let's be
And it's
real.
not. I don't want you to think it's being done like, oh, they're just being them chauvinistic men.
No.
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 If it was Nicole that had the 800 and he wanted, nah, G.
She would have
Nah.
OFFED.
No.
Well, first
no,
of all,
he-
she would have made him sign a prenup.
No, he don't. If it was reversed, he don't deserve nothing either. Look,
Mhm.
take your
I feel like
take your about 10 million, keep the house.
Yup.
I asked for a house, a couple of cars,
I mean,
If you can't say it, you don't get it.
Right.
I don't know.
I won't be able to get it, 'cause I can't say it.
Nah, I went down. Like people act like when I was arguing, I was saying she was the main thing. Nah. Like he probably had his entanglements and transgressions.
Oh,
I'm
you
just-
I mean, he black though, right?
Huh? Oh yeah,
Oh.
fair point. Yeah, he don't cheat. Hey, my bad to all y'all fellas, bro. Yo, cause black men don't cheat. That's the. Hey, I'm saying that for every episode. All right. Whenever we talk about relationships, you gonna look at me and you gonna hear black men don't cheat. Moving on. I want to get out of the way. I did want to ask y'all about. I brought up Steph Curry's wife earlier.
What did she do? Because everybody's talking, they're comparing her to who else?
Yeah.
Jada.
She was. Remember,
What did
she
do?
was on the show. She was on the Red Table Talk. What, last year?
Yeah, I do remember her being on Red
Yeah, it
Table
was
Talk.
a while back. She was alluding to the fact that she wanted other men to find her attractive.
Oh yeah, I do remember her
And,
saying
and,
that.
and I remember like I don't know anything about Steph Curry aside from the fact that he's in the NBA. I know who he is as a basketball player, but
Can
what?
I just say that
Oh, please do.
Steph Curry and his wife look like brother and sister. So.
Chill
Well,
out.
see-
This
see-
is fine though.
see-
Steph
see-
Curry's sister's fine. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I got
But see, she looks like his mom. So he reveres his mom. It's like
Yeah,
the
because
first
they
lady,
all look alike.
the first lady you have a crush on as a guy is usually your mom,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa.
Mhm.
I'm sure your dad was just that that level.
Right.
So that kind of if you appreciate your parent. But
Right.
you know, it's I think it's a thing like that. And plus, they were young. They met like when they were
Yeah,
kids
what?
at Christian something.
Yeah. They've been a thing for
Christian
a while.
camp.
Yeah.
So, but that goes to my situation, right? Where I was saying,
That's a great episode
like,
too, really.
it's not like, for all we know, she didn't cheat. But for her to come out with that thought, like, I want other guys to
But I'm
think I'm
quite sure
attractive.
They do though.
I'm sure they do. But her saying that, right? I
Shows
know
those
that
things.
hit him, like,
It hit me, and I'm not dating.
and I guarantee they had a conversation, like, and he was like, what
What was that
am I
about?
not giving you everything? So I'm sure that was a little ruffle there, but I'm sure they got it straight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that conversation, because if it was a lesser, you know, a lesser reasoning person in that position, he might have left it.
Like J.R.
Right.
Smith, he's not reasonable at all. But I'm not gonna use J.R. You know J.R. If you ever see it, shout out to J.R.
I like J.R.
I like.
What he do?
Nothing. He's
Oh,
just
okay.
J.R. He's really just J.R. Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah. Moving on. Before we move on, I just remember thinking, like I said, I hate to be this guy, but I'm
There you go.
gonna be that guy anyway. I'm just gonna say, yo, if Steph Curry had said that,
Oh,
Steph Curry had
absolutely.
said that, every
Sports.
person, mostly obviously women, but even men would be like, bro, come on, bro, you got a fine wife.
Sports.
Like she actually stays with you. She comes to all your games. Like, what do you know?
But no, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
So I was just thinking, I was like, if that roles had been reversed, and the NBA player, you know how the reputation NBA players had. If he had said anything close to it, like, yeah, I mean, I dress the way I do, because I still want other women to find me attractive. My God, the backlash would have been crazy. So I remember
Well,
thinking, go ahead.
I don't care how he dressed. I don't find him attractive.
Oh,
I
Wardell.
But see, look.
I like dark skinned brothers.
Hey, dang. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, we can talk about that too. Maybe not today, but the preference. And
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, we
Because I
can
brought
We
that
did.
up in a minute. Because I
I'm
want
about
to
to-
touch on
go,
this
go,
real
go,
quick.
go.
Because all right, so the common thread there, right? We touched on Jada and Steph's wife. What's her name?
Aisha.
Aisha. Sorry about that. Both of them have been in long-term relationships for probably 20 years, both. So obviously things are gonna get kind of like complacent, stale. I'm gonna take you for granted. You're gonna take me for granted
Right.
because we're just here. So yeah, she wanna like, you know, feel attractive. I'm in her mind. She knows that Steph thinks she's attractive, but that's one man, and that's like the one man that she's had forever.
Yeah.
So it's like, am I attractive? You know what I'm saying? Like it starts to question like that. In
Right.
Jada's situation, that was what she was going through.
Mhm.
You know, my husband's. I'm not shooting her veil. Just listen to me. Like she's sitting there. All right, my husband of
Right.
however many years,
Right.
we're done. I need some love. Like I need to. You know, that's super vulnerable right there.
Right.
So, but she, like I said, her only mistake was being messy and who she chose.
Right. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think if Jada Pinkett is within any kind of touch of a person, she know damn well she ain't got no trouble finding a man who finds her attractive.
I feel like
No, you would think that. You would think that, but if you are solely locked into this person,
Yeah.
you got blinders on. We married for 20 years or whatever. I don't even know how to date at this point.
That's
if
a
I
fair
had
point.
to,
That's fair.
I don't know. I've been blind to whoever's thinking I'm attractive. So I'm in a mode right now where I don't even know if somebody's attracted to me.
Well then,
Well, do you think
She was
Aisha's
alone.
problem was that you go on social media and you see people posting other NBA players or rappers' wives and the women crush with it, and she probably like, nobody posts me.
I'm sure some insecurity there.
I think that's what it was. Nobody posts me.
I think she said it was because she knows she goes. It's funny because she said she don't find him attractive. She said she knows Steph Curry goes to games and women yell, "Oh my God, Steph Curry, you're so hot!" and all these nonsense. We love you, stuff and all that. I think she mentioned that. So I guess she wanted to feel some of the love like her husband was feeling.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
But she's got to realize that ain't love because he
No.
looks good. That's love because
Because he's
he's
Steph Curry.
he's in the NBA. He's the MVP. He's got these millions or whatever. That looks great.
He brings you a ring.
If I was a millionaire, this thing would be like lit up with like
10 billion
10
views.
billion
Oh
views
my
trying
God.
to get at me.
Oh my
But
God.
no, I'm just regular ass Trinity. So,
He's
so we
not
got
regular ass Trinity, but yeah, he's regular ass Trinity. Alright, anything you want to add on that?
No, I said I feel like, you know, she just wants regular people to be like, oh yeah, you see Steph Curry's wife,
Yeah.
da 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 da. I feel like she just wants to build up her own fan base.
Well, I think we didn't hit every note that I wanted to hit this week. We've been on for a while. We apologize. We've been on for a minute. We originally said this show was going to be 30 minutes. We lied. We're sorry.
Black folk get to talking.
Yeah, oh my God. We should have said 30 minutes of CP time, because you know what that means. But we hope you enjoyed this week's episode of A Tribe Called 3. Episode 3 will hopefully be next week. We haven't decided what topic we're going to hit yet. We might hit black leaders, we might hit education. It'll probably be one of them, but we'll give you a heads up by Monday. Thank you for all of you who tuned in at any point. Thank you for the comments. We'll check them out.
Yeah, and you know, if you saw it, recommend some friends, try to invite
Share
them. Share it,
Definitely
throw it
share
out there. That's coming from Mr. Private, so yeah, go ahead and just throw it out in the universe.
Oh, I need y'all to take care of that.
You up? We at 3 now. They keep like.
They
Yeah.
going up and down,
Yeah.
up and down.
But yeah, we're just trying to, have some fun with this, give you our views, just open up some uncomfortable topics for conversation.
We'll talk about whatever.
Yeah, like I said, our main goal was to get our voices out here and, voice ways we can make our community better. So I hope we're taking steps in that direction. I'm honored to be here with these two, Trinity and Ryan. They're holding me up, They're obviously intelligent as hell, and they make me look smart at times, so I appreciate it. We appreciate you all. Comment, share, give us feedback, as much feedback as you can.
And don't feel bad about bashing me and this guy.
Well, me too.
Don't no, because then I'm at to come for you.
Yeah, don't bash Ryan.
Don't come for the queen.
All right, but you come for us. All right, but anything you disagree with, we're here for it. We're moving on. Moving forward, we want to have guests on the show. We might, we're definitely going to have guests for the school supply giveaway. We're going to have 2 guests, OG Bobby Johnson and Shotty Williams, Washington. Why did I call him Williams? My bad, Shotty.
It went together.
It rolled
that's all.
together
But
perfect.
we know
Shotty
you
Washington, y'all know him as Shotty. We're going to have them on here, so we're excited for that. But anything y'all want to talk about, let us know.
Please
We
let us
appreciate
know.
you all. And as a Tribe Called 3, we are out.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Thank y'all. All right, you can close it out.